We've got the rubber roof up then. We've used some old ridge just to lap it over there, just to make sure it doesn't flap over. And then because of the excess, which we always allow a 200mm excess, it then allows us to put a lath and screw it, or nail it in this instance, to the side again like we did with the plastic, knowing that the holes we put in isn't going to compromise the rubber, because it's going to be excess anyway. Because if you've never seen these before, what you put on the edge all the way around the perimeter is a pre-formed 3-inch sort of like a fiberglass plastic type thing, trim with a piece of sponge on the underside, so you push it down and it clamps that, and then you nail it into your fascia. So but they're black and they look quite nice. So like I say, it won't be compromised, the nails it put in, but that's to stop it flapping everywhere. So main reason for this is you've heard us talk about resting it. We did a garden room. Mick's we're on the channel as well also, that he's doing. He'll mention the same. 24 hours sunshine. This sunshine's ideal. All it does is the creases you can see and all these ridges and the ripples and the natural folds from transport and what have you, and storage, it allows them to flatten out a little bit. So when you come to gluing it down, it's not as difficult to get them out, because all you do, well, we'll show you. I'm not going to talk about it. We'll show you anyway. If you haven't, if we don't show it, what we have done, we went through a whole one when we did our garden room, and Mick will talk you through it as well on his, I dare say. But if he hasn't, we can always talk through it again. We'll have a chat between ourselves, whether we've discussed it or not. But yeah, head over to our channel. 2 garden rooms on there. Mick's doing his own one, and we all did one a while ago, and we discussed exactly how to do all this, the ins and outs of it also. But the same principle. Difference on this one is we've got round the chimneys to do, so we're going to have to dress the lead, tidy these up. This lead's got to be replaced and sorted out. He's done that bottom bit down there for us ready, and obviously the soakers down the tiles there. So you'll have to excuse the wind, but yeah, we're up here now. We're gonna yeah, they call last night. Yeah, that's a bit rude. Don't say things like that on the channel. All we're gonna do, we're gonna go halfway. We took laths off there. As you can see, we've been round and put the 3-inch Irish rail all the way across, which now comes up to the top of our double lath, which we've put on to support the ridge. So as you can imagine now, when that ridge goes on there over the top, on top of this roof, when we put this on, you need a fixing. If you've seen the dry ridge system, we can show you anyway. You'd screw through, and you need something to screw through. So that's a double lath on there, so an extra 50mm on top of the existing ridge. So you got something to fix to, because they come with a stainless steel screw, which are 4-inch, I think, so, or 100mm. So that's what that's for. So yeah, we've been up, and plus what you don't want is a sharp edge with this stuff, like felt. You want to take it gradually up and then up and back over again. So this will flap over now like that, as we've already shown you. That'll sit on there like that, and then the ridge will go on, and the corrugators we've already talked about will go on top of there. So there we are. We've done it on another garden room, so look on the channel, and Mick's done it as well. Did you show it on your channel, Mick? Sticking it or not? If you can find the footage, lost the footage at the minute.
I did, yeah.
It's on there, so you can see it on ads as well, Mick's as well. So
I'll put a link to the video in the description.
Well, I'll put it as an end screen on this video for you. I'll do that so you can watch that. Right, we're going to carry on now while this lovely weather's still with us. We haven't filmed any more, but this is, we thought we'd show a little bit, why not? We're using this adhesive, which, what was your joke on the last job, Ad?
Well, that's really interesting, funny.
The joke, because it's WBA roof deck adhesive, your joke was?
West Bromwich Albion, because once it's down, it's never going back up.
Can we just say though, who do you support?
West Bromwich Albion.
So there we go then. So we don't want any nasty comments. It's all in good spirits. He is an Albion supporter, that's why we said that. But we've done this joke before, but that's what we're using.
All walls unsubscribe, we don't like you.
Yeah, we don't say that. You can't say that. No, you can, because you just have. So yeah, all we're doing, using this, it goes in the tub, you get a roller, you roll it on, you do half at a time. As you can see that now, you can probably not see it on the video. That is beautiful, because it's rested, all the creases have come out. All you do then, you just roll it. We haven't really took much time in this roll, if I'm honest. If it was all nicely rolled out, we should do on the other half. You just roll it back out, and then, yeah, we wouldn't be kicking it. But then I'm holding the camera, not helping, so that doesn't help either. So you just roll it back on now, onto the adhesive, and then you just brush it and make sure it all gets all the creases out. That's all you're going to do. It's a big workout all the way across. Put a bit up the Irish rod as well, looking on top of there, so it sticks to that. And that's it. We have got some patches to put on. We have done this anyway. But what we've done is we've folded that and cut that under there. And we have got some contact adhesive patches to put on as well. And then the lead work will be done and we'll sort that out. Then the ridge goes on top of there, on top of that, waterproof. Lovely. Right, we're going to carry on. So what we'll do now is we'll use this this dry ridge system. And because it's always a bit of a it's not quite on centre when you do these, what we're going to do is we're going to set it like that now to the top, because we haven't got the tiles dressed into it. This normally dresses into the tile, this goes centre and it dresses into this, but we're going to set ours like that. That'll dress into there like that, and then we'll trim this little bit of rubber that's showing there underneath there. Okay, so put this dry ridge system on now then. It comes in this box, comes with all these, which is what goes underneath your ridges and fixes it, which we'll show you in a minute. Comes with your screws and your washers, because once you put your ridge in place, that goes underneath your ridge, that goes through there, it fixes, but we'll show you that in a minute. Also comes with these brackets, which you can use if you want to, which you put that down your ridge or down your hip, because this is dry ridge and hip system, this one. Sometimes you get separates, but that goes over your ridge or over your hip, one of the two. And then these top bits then are designed to hold your lat in place. We prefer to mechanically fix ours, which we did do. 90 mil screws, about every 300 mil all the way across. We actually nailed it on first and then went through with screws as well, so that's what we do. So, how we do this then? We'll now show you. This is what I'm not sure what we do, because this is how you do it. It's that simple.
Everybody does it.
He said everybody should do it. If they don't, then there's something wrong. So that bracket then pulls this up tight to the underside. So put that one in like that. Make sure your tile's sitting right, and you've got an evenly spaced on these little tabs, which we have. So once that's tight, you then get your screw. That pushes in tight, nice and tight.
It's got rubber on the inside, yeah. Metal, rubber.
Metal and rubber. Do we need to clamp that up? Clamp that tight first? You ain't going to pull up, is it? Because it's barbed. We need to push that in first, don't we? We need to just push that.
Yeah, that'll pull up.
So, just
I think
clamp
you won't get that in so much, won't it, too much?
There we go. So just click it in enough to hold itself, so it's not going to drop, and then feed that one in on top. There we are. So again, make sure it's centre, and then you just need to step back every so often and just sort of check your line. But because it's only first couple, what we can do with these is we can put a few in, and then we can leave the screws, and then we can knock them, get a line, and then put the screw in. But what will happen now is, as you can see our timber there, we've doubled that this way, and we put another on the side as well, because we're going slightly off skew a little bit, because the sheer fact that the way this is designed, this flat roof against the hip, these are designed against the ridge, so we generally up and over that we go on central, but because this is sort of flat and we put a cocking strip on, we're going to move it over to it. So what we'll do now is we'll get 3 or 4 on now. Mick will set that one, we'll get 3 or 4 on, we'll make sure we're in line for looking from both sides, then we'll put our screws in, but won't do them all the way. But that's what that looks like now with the rubber. And this hip system, this corrugated stuff sticks really well, especially in this heat. And it's designed to go, as you can see, it's got up and down like that. So we think that looks nice and tidy now, all the way across. We've run a little bit up the side, up the back of the lead as well, as you can see there. We've done that both sides. So that's it. We'll go ahead now, put these in, fix these down, and then once we've dressed the lead back over and it's all set in place properly, job's a good one. So we'll carry on then. Mention something. We ain't done it right. I'm not going to delete it. I'm going to leave it in because we did it wrong. Right, what we've done is there's these blank ones. We hadn't noticed the separate bag. There's these blank ones. Ones we bought before, we're just saying that ones we've had before have got a fixed one of these. So we've never really thought about it. It's just one of these goes in the centre. So that's what we did to set them all up, because Ad's there setting them all up, look. Then we realised another bag, which is blanks, which is to clip it all the way around. Now we're not putting this one in because it's that tight, as you can see there, against our tile. We're not putting that one in. So we'll just put that one in, that one in. So that's what we've done. So I thought I'd show you. We always do on the channel, you know we do. So our first job then, in this beautiful sunshine, is the starter.
That's why it's called start.
That's why it's called
We do it
start, because
first.
you start with it. And all it is, Michael picks it up, is this, as demonstrated by the very attractive to some people. So that's it.
Well,
So
if
that goes on there. Like
If that was the building,
yeah, there we go.
it's the wrong way
You
around.
can explain it.
If that was the building, you just screw up to that.
Just go up to that,
A bit
and
like,
it goes.
A bit like the video I did last week.
A bit like Mick's already done, so have a look. So we'll just fix it onto all these little bits of this bit of ladder frame on the side, and then all the way down there, which will be the end of, trying to keep out the sun, end of the rafters, keep out the sun. And then what happens then is, when we get our vented soffit, that 10mm, just clips straight into that starter trim, why it's called starter trim. And the other end, you just fix a screw to the underside of the, the other ladder frame again, or the end of the rafter again. And then it holds it up, then you clip your fascia on after. So we'll do that, we'll get ourselves going.
Right, we've got the vented soffit underneath, as we showed you, into the starter trim, overlapping the securing pins and screws with the fascia as it wraps under. Now, this being a gutter trim is different to the side, the curb trim. Like I explained on my garden room, this is Mick by the way, obviously, the lath we've got there holds this first part of the gutter trim out, so when your rain gutter comes on here, where my hand is, that puts it into the centre of the gutter, so it falls. If it was back against the gutter, it'd fall down dribble down the back, miss the gutter completely, and it'd all be falling down the windowsill. So that's what we've got there. Rich shows us how the next stage is. You fold the rubber over. This is what I was trying to explain with my little bit of rubber.
This is your drip, isn't it? This is your little,
So that's, your
drip, then that goes over there like that.
That folds over, and then the second part of
Which
the
is
gutter
shaped like
trim,
that, can you see that?
which we was looking at the other day, and
With
it's
a bit
got
of sponge on the back of it.
sponge that end.
And then that goes,
That profile then matches the under profile with the rubber pinched in between it. So with a little bit of tension, like I'm doing now, pull that down a bit, get it nice and tight. And in here, there's pre-drilled holes. Yeah, see that?
and then it comes with these lovely black pins, same as the big pins for the fascia, so they go in there.
Yeah.
And all we make sure we do, if I just have that off you, is that when you look here, because this is the runoff for the water, you make sure that it doesn't, if it's like that, it's going to stop the water. You just pinch it like Mick's just said, pinch it there and make sure it's flush. And that's how that goes on, and it all looks lovely jubbly.
And then you got the covers.
Oh, and then we got the covers.
Go over there, little joining covers.
Little joining covers, which look lovely.
Jointed
So there we are, looks nice. So next shot you'll see then, we'll show you with it all done before we put the gutter on. All finished. Happy with that, ain't we?
Yeah,
We're happy with that, Mick. We're happy with that. We are, ain't we?
It's always nice.
Get in there.
Lovely.
I wish I'd known about it 50 years ago when I was 12.
And it didn't exist.
Okay, there's a bit of a difference now with the side trims, because these are in effect a curb to stop the water coming off the side of the roof. So fascia goes on exactly the same. We scribed fascias in. I mean, no one's ever going to see it, but scribed it into the lead there all nice and tight. And then the rubber goes over the top this time. And then the different detail with this one is that, as you can see there's quite a big bit of sponge on the back of this now, and there's actually an upstand which I'll get Ad to show you in a minute when it goes on. But that depth there you can see there, that sponge pushes against this roof, and that curb upstand stops the water coming off the side, and we just clamp this and then cut the excess rubber off. Now we've installed that one. You can see, let me, if I can just try and show you without, that sponge now is compressed onto the roof to stop any water, and that forms a nice curb, stop the water run off, and it goes off into there now towards the gutter. What they supply you with is these corners that Ad's just sticking on there now, and all you do is they're left and right handed, and then depending which way you're going, you just snap this bit out here. If you don't turn that out, you see that there, that's a bit fixed, and you just snap it out, push it over your
fixed like
curb
that.
to suit.
That one's going higher, so that one comes off. You glue
Go around
one
the other side.
That goes.
that. So there, like that. Sits nice and tidy.
And there we go. It's no great shakes if you take the wrong side out.
No, not really, but
It's not altering the water tightness of it.
water tightness is. But it is just attention to detail though.
It is.
Right then, there we are. So we're going to repeat the other side. We need to do that cut there now to finish that. We'll do the same the other side. The fascia is already on over here. And likewise we have scribed the fascia into the leadwork. Again, you know, no one's going to see it, but that's not the point, is it? All we're doing with this, because again we get looking at expense again, because we've got a bit of this left over, we're putting a packet of this stuff now on the top of there to fill it in, rather than buying a length of 10 inch as well to then cut it from 10 inch that end to what we require this end. And it is just a packer to allow us to press down this sponge on top of it. That's all it's for.
Right then, all the gutters on. I'll show you better from down there. Mick's just going to get a bottle of water so we can test it. All standard really. What we've done is, well, basically our issue is that we want to put a downpipe down here, but we are not comfortable at all in drilling into these tiles, because they're just going to snap and they're all nailed on. It's just a world of hurt. So we've extended it all the way to the very end here, and then put this shoe on facing up the roof, so when the water comes down there, it slows the water down. It comes down, goes up, slows the water down, then goes down the roof into that gutter nice and steadily. If we were to point that gutter in to the side or down, it's just the velocity of it. It can overshoot the guttering down there, and then all of a sudden the customer thinks there's an issue because every time it rains it overspills, all that sort of thing. So that's just to slow the water down. Another thing that we have done, if I can show you, is a little screw there. We've put a screw where the gutter meets every union. That's because it's black and it'll heat up in the summer, and in the winter it will shrink back down, and they can walk themselves out of the brackets or the unions. So you put a little screw in there and it'll stop that. It'll creak and whatnot in the summer again, because it'll expand and then it'll cool down, so you might hear it creak and everything, but it can't come out now. So there we go, and that's done. Mick will come back in a second. We'll chuck some water down, and then hopefully, if we've done it right, it'll flow all down, all nicely, around the corner and out down there. But we shall see. Right then, the test. So what I may as well do is pour that onto the roof. That's flowing over there nice. Granted, it would do if I'm putting the water that way, but that's flowing down nice. You see that going down? That's going down, look. Straight over there. There might not be enough water to make it to the very end, but it's moving, and it's moving downhill, so we're good, I reckon. It's supposed to rain anyway tomorrow, so that'll be the true test. Will it make the corner? Go on, right in. Let's make a game of it. Go on, come on, baby. Get round there. Come on, come on. Will it go over that? Yes, it will. Go on, round the corner. Oh, will it go over? Is there enough to get over that? And there is, yeah, there she goes. Come on, riveting, isn't it? Riveting stuff. This is why you're tuning, people. Edge of your seat stuff like this. Who needs Game of Thrones, eh? Come on, you're almost there. Come on. Tell you what, as an Albion fan, you need things like this. Little wins. Come on, and we're gone. And she's down. And she's coming out there. Excellent. Right then. That worked. Brilliant. Right, roof done.
So we're all done for the day. All the fascia's on, all the trim's on, all the gutters on. You would have seen just before this a bit of an explanation of what the lads have done when they've done the gutter and why they've done it. Bit of a bird's eye view, so to speak, as opposed to a
Slug's eye view.
Minions, slug's eye view, or minions eye view from down here. So I'm just thought I'd capture the last bit of the day. So that's all finished. So we're really happy with that. And this is, would you think you'd agree, Ad? This is probably the, I can't speak for me because I haven't seen the video yet. This is the best one that we've done. It's gone down, this one's completely wrinkle free, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Other than the natural creases, it's gone down really well, really well. And we think it was the laying it on the roof and letting it rest, and the heat has just got rid of all the natural wrinkles, and it's gone.
Mick says he was the one on the broom now, so that's probably why it's so good.
Ah, okay, so you can probably compare this to Mick's when you see that video, because if they look the same then you know why, because Mick was on the broom, and I was on the camera, so there we go.
Yeah.
That's what it is then.
He's given us a brush off there, isn't he?
He's given us the right brush off there, isn't he? Yes, yeah. Oh, Mick's bored now, he's bored of us talking. So I think we're really happy with that. I am. I'm loving it. It's lovely, jubbly. Look at that. Yeah, anyway, should we say goodbye now?
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Well, that was a bit feminine, Mick. Right, ta-ra a bit.